at easy. He's wide open.
Yes, sir!
Lastimosa, another three. Bang!
Jerome Lastimosa,
Oh, go! Triple for Jerome Lastimosa. Melesio all day to shoot. Gets it to go. Lasal is off and running. Melesio behind the back pass again. Justin Baltasar brings that baby home. Cani against Desiderio. The bang and the bucket. They swing it to Comboy, who's had the hot hand. Still finds a way. Fading away on one leg. Ildefonso will drive right. That's all. Changes direction. Twice he does that. Navigates through Pasay traffic. Double performance for Philip Manalang. Straightaway jumper. Nothing but sweet string music. Manzo with a steal! All the way! That's one out of the back. Highlight, the University of the Philippines after 32 years! CJ for three! Are you kidding me? Subido with a crossover. Subido for three! Renzo Subido! Ravenna leaves it for Ed. Oh! Here's Matt, the 30. Highlight coming. Two-hand slam. Dominance and the excellence of the Ateneo de Manila Blue Eagles continues. What is your more? This is a question that will be answered numerous times in our brand new UAAP Season 82. And as we begin the second day of the tournament here at the historic Araneta Coliseum, more means this. An exciting pair of basketball games starting off with this matchup between two teams that lost on opening day, looking to bounce back in the second day of the tournament. The University of the East Red Warriors and the Far Eastern University Tamaraos, they will be going at it in our first game. And later on at 4 p.m., it is the rivalry, the first game of the season for the De La Salle University Green Archers as they take on the defending champions of the league, the Ateneo de Manila University Blue Eagles. This is all seen live on SND Liga all over the world via the Filipino channel sports.abs-cbn.com, and we are also greeting everybody watching via the iWant app as well. Mabuhay Pilipinas! Ako po ang inyong lingkod, Anton Rojas, and joining me to break down this matchup between UE and FEU is Coach Ronnie Magsanok, and at courtside we will be joined by Jaime Ascalon, reporting for the University of the East, and today he will be our lone courtside reporter because after all, this is the UAAP and student comes first. FEU's courtside reporter Mariz Domingo has some matters to attend to back in campus. Well, Coach Ronnie, this should be a very exciting matchup because like I said earlier, these two teams are hungry for a victory, and we have to remember last year UE's lone win came against FEU.
And I'm sure that the Tamaraos vividly recall that the single win that UE registered last year was at their expense. And right now, top of mind for FEU is to make sure that they get their first win of the season. Well, for UE to pull off another upset after UST pulled off a mini upset against UP in yesterday's matchup.
FEU is a team that made it to the Final Four for the 6th straight season last year, so they want to continue being a Final Four contender perennially. But UE is trying to change their fortunes. They missed the Final Four for 4 straight seasons, so now is the time to turn things around.
Third play date of our 12 play date first round, game number 6 in our 28-game first round schedule, and we find UST with back-to-back wins, while Ateneo will try to join ang team ng UST as the pace setters so far early here in the first round. Of course, UP and Adamson tied at 1-1, and the rest so far winless as we await the debut of La Salle later on against the Ateneo Blue Eagles.
UE faced UST in the first game of the season last September 4, and the score was 95-82. Philip Manalang, one of 4 graduating players from the side of the Red Warriors. But UE introduced a lot of new faces, just like Alex Diakite, as you see right here, dominating performance by him. 21 rebounds in that contest. But still, it was an overwhelming performance by the Growling Tigers, something that UE has to figure out in today's game.
UE actually played really much better compared to their performance in the previous season. We talk about shooting the ball with more accuracy versus UST. Unfortunately, UST had 42 points from the three-point line compared to only 12 for the Red Warriors. UST also had 46 points from the perimeter. Their bench had a 54-28 edge versus UE. And look at the turnover points scored by UST, forcing 20 turnovers, scoring 20 points of those 10 turnovers, rather 20 turnovers. At isa pang makikita natin dito kasama ng Anton, every quarter was over 20 points para dito sa team ng UST, except for the third quarter, wherein that quarter was still won by UST. Of course, UE made it interesting as they had a 30-26, or rather 30-point quarter late in that matchup against UST, but all that will fall short as UST banked on Mark Nonoy to put the dagger in the hearts of the Red Warriors and close out the game in favor of Coach Aldin Ayo and the rest of UST.
Coach Ronnie, you said the word interesting, and one of the interesting things about the University of the East this season are the new faces in their lineup. 12 losses from last season, including the big name Alvin Pasaol, the baby tank. But they replaced him with somebody who was the best player in the Visayas for the past 3 years. A 3-time Sasafi champion with the University of the Visayas Green Lancers. 2-time Sasafi MVP. Walang chamba-chamba para kay Ray. Swerte lang.
Swerte ang UE dahil napunta sa kanila itong si Dodo Swerte, a native of Davao at comes from Moncayo National High School. He led the team in minutes, and as you mentioned, a 2-time Sasafi MVP and a 3-time Sasafi champion. 7 points in the first quarter, a total of 5 points in the second, 4 points in the third, 7 in the fourth. And if not for that explosive outburst coming from Renz Abando, he was the best performer among all first-year players. At we are looking more at the consistency of Ray Suerte, but we can be sure of the fact that he's going to be the main weapon offensively for Coach Lawrence Johnson for this season.
A very impressive debut indeed for Ray Suerte. Now, obviously, the team prepared for such a long period of time for this brand new season, and then they have to go back to the drawing board. So they went back to practice, and they definitely talked about a lot of things. And to tell us more about what they feel is the thing that they need to improve on to win against FEU today, let's bring back Jaime Ascalon with this report.
Anton and Coach Ronnie, you would not believe the number of times the UE Red Warriors mentioned the word defense during their last practice. Now, after giving up 95 points to UST, the team did exactly just that on their last training. They worked a lot, mostly on their man-to-man switches, because for the coaching staff, that's where they had a hard time in doing so. Expect the boys to communicate more on defense as well. Yun nga, hindi sila nagsasalita sa depensa, kaya ang daming open shots for UST for today's game. Look for the UE Red Warriors to clap it up on defense and step up to hopefully get their first win. That's all for now. Your thoughts, gentlemen?
Thank you very much, Jaime. UE last year as a team gave up a little bit over 83 points per contest. So 95 is way higher than that. So that's something that they definitely have to limit the points of their opponents.
Especially so that they are the 8th place team, or dead last in terms of defense. Offensively, they were 12 points better, but defensively, they were 13 points. They gave up 13 points more. And as a result, they lost their first match of this year.
And today they go up against a Far Eastern University team. Like I said, a perennial Final Four contender, but they also lost 7 players from last year's squad, including their leading scorer, Arvin Tolentino, their team captain, Richard Escoto. A lot of new names nagpakilala para sa Kupunan, para kay Coach Olsen Racela, and LJ Gonzalez now has the keys to the offense para dito sa Tamaraos.
In this particular face-off, you find that both teams really shot the ball poorly on nearly all game long, and as a result, ang total output ng ating dalawang teams was only about 126 points. 2017 at the end of the first quarter, 38-27 was the first half count in favor of UP, but in the third quarter, a mighty fight back coming from FEU. They won that quarter 17-9. Unfortunately, in the fourth, And with the score tied at 55 all, in the last 3 minutes of the fourth quarter, UP would fire a 6-0 run, keeping FEU scoreless and escaping with a 6-point win. All in all, inside scoring was huge for UP. 3-point field goals went in favor of FEU. Rebounding, UP was +8 in terms of assist. FEU had 6 more extra passes. At mabigat dito, yung fast break scoring na naig ang UP kontra sa FEU, 12 points to 6.
And that's very surprising considering that FEU has a lot of players that love to run. LJ Gonzalez, I mentioned his name earlier, former juniors champion, former juniors finals MVP from the FEU Diliman Baby Tamaraws program. He is a sophomore right now, and we saw in that first game that Coach Olsen Rosella is showing a lot of trust in this young kid.
The trust that was equivalent to about 30 minutes of floor time for Luel J. Gonzalez. Wearing the number 13 might be the lucky numbers for this young guard. The pride of Isabela, he was 1 of 8 in the first 3 quarters, but eventually 2 of 5 in the fourth. And he shot 6 of FEU's 11 points in the payoff quarter. Overall, he was only 3 of 14 for 21% from the field, nothing from the 3-point line, 3 of 12 from the 2-ball, but he had 8.7 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals. Good across-the-board numbers, but expect better accuracy from the field today from this fiery Spitfire, LJ Gonzalez.
And he still has a lot of time here in the UAAP to hone his skills, but we are already seeing a glimpse of the potential of LJ Gonzalez. Now, both these teams have 4 graduating players, and from both sides, their captains will be graduating at the end of this season. And I'm sure that Philip Manalang, team captain of UE, and Wendell Comboy, the team captain of FEU, want to make up for a quiet outing in their first game in season 82.
To your left is Philip Manalang from Pampanga. He logged a total of 19 minutes, scored 3 points, 1 point in the first quarter, nothing in the second, 2 points in the third, nothing likewise in the fourth. He is UE's best weapon in terms of issuing the extra passes, but they need him to score more to provide more of a scoring threat in terms of perimeter presence. To your right is Wendell Comboy from San Mateo. Ino Comboy is 22 years old, 8 points, but only 3 of 16 from the field. He had 3 of FEU's 8 steals. Expect more playing time from Wendell Comboy and expect more production from Ino Comboy for the rest of the year.
And we are just about ready to begin this matchup. It is the second game of the season for Coach Olsen Rosella and the Far Eastern University Tamaraos. And on the other side, you are looking at the UE head of basketball operations and active consultant, Coach Lawrence Chongson. You're watching season 82 of the UAAP. All for more right here on SND. And we are also saying thank you to everybody tuned in right now to Liga and the Filipino channel sa lahat ng aming mga kababayan watching from all over the world. sports.abs-cbn.com. And of course, we're taking a look at the starters for both UE and FEU. And we are seeing the name Jed Mendoza, the high scorer from Jose Rizal University who transferred here to UE. He will be a part of the starting unit for the Red Warriors for the very first time in his UAP career.
Well, on the flip side, Stockton will be starting off in today's first quarter. And I believe Coach Olsen Rosella is putting premium on their pressure defense in the backcourt and perhaps break more points because they only total 55 points in that first game loss to the Fighting Maroons, and that's about 17 points less than their scoring average from season 81.
Far Eastern University, hungry for a championship. They have the most number of titles in UAP history with 20. Their last championship, of course, happened in 2015, season 78, under the brother of Coach Olsen Rosella, Coach Nash Rosella. On the other side, the University of the East is also a team with a winning tradition, 18 UAP championships. That is something that they want to bring back. And Coach Lawrence Johnson actually was the coach that actually led UE to the finals last in UAP history, 2009, back in season 72.
I believe that was the team that still had Paul Lee.
Yes. Poli, Elmer Espiritu, Valacuña, and Parilagas.
Si Rafi Reyes, nandun pa ba?
I believe so.
Oh. Parang kailan lang, no?
Oo nga, Coach. And now new faces wearing the red and the white Mendoza from the Heavy Bombers. Giving it out to Alex Jaquite. Testing a shot from the outside, does not go. Jaquite actually took 2 threes in his UAAP debut.
Eventually ended up at 8 of 16 from the field in a mighty debut for UE, although turned out to be a losing cause para dito sa Red Warriors.
And it's going to be a mammoth matchup between
Literally.
Jaquite and Pat Chuente. Jaquite, who had 21 rebounds in his UAAP debut, gets one right there. A triple from the right wing does not fall. Jaquite got his hand on the basketball. Now it is with LJ Gonzalez. And this is what Gonzalez does. He is a speedy and aggressive point guard. Stockton missing from beyond the arc. It is UE basketball once again.
FEU shot 7 of 29. They had 21 points from the three-point line. That will be 21 of their 55-point output of that first game loss to UP.
Suerte on the attack. Guarded by Stockton. Jaquite being given a lot of space. Launches another triple. Shot was to the right, and it is the battle for the rebound. Tuffin gets it to Gonzalez. Gonzalez being defended by Mendoza. Tuffin swings into Stockton. Ball ends up in the corner to Bienes.
Excellent ball rotation, finding the more open shooter, and Bienes knocks in the first three-point basket for FEU. Bienes, 1 of 3 last Wednesday for 33%. He also led the way in scoring for FEU with a total of 9 points.
Suerte calling for a pick. Abanto provides it. Abanto catches the basketball, gives it back to Ray Suerte for 3. In and out, Bienes comes up with a board.
And all possessions of UE have relied on three-point shots, and they have failed to find the mark so far. While FEU on the flip side, 1 of 4 from the 3-ball as well.
Stockton. Back to Gonzalez. LJ on the drive. Stockton. Chuente. And Chuente. UE players are saying that he warded off on that shot.
Taking foul, the number 4, Ray Suerte.
Patrick Chuente had 8 points in his first game for FEU, taking over the cudgels from Prince Orizo. This is the nice extra pass coming from Stockton to Bienes, was wide open from that deep left corner.
And we see a fudgy bar, O-bar sa saya moment from the FEU Tamaraos, liking that triple earlier by Bienes from the corner.
Chuente also had 14 rebounds and was perfect from the line, accounting for a total of 8 points for the Tamaraos.
Coach Ronnie, one observation we have here is that Jet Mendoza is playing the point guard position. With JRU, he played shooting guard all throughout his career there.
Parang combo guard silang lumalabas dito ni Ray Suerte. And this is a rare non-start for Philip Manalang, who normally is a part of the starting unit for the Red Warriors.
Meanwhile, Bienes missing from the outside. Suerte on the run. Suerte drops it off. No go on that shot. It is FEU basketball, and the Tamaraos are running. Cross-court pass for Stockton. Stockton with a catch. Splits the D. Chuente recovers that basketball. Chuente. Bienes with a fake. Inside pass for Gonzalez.
LJ Gonzalez.
A PS Bankable assist of the game. Parang PS Bank personal loan na maaasahan. Apply online. No collateral. And Gonzalez comes up with a steal, Coach.
FEU had 14 assists in their first match versus UP. Today already with 2. LJ Gonzalez, I believe, has a total of 4 points already for FEU. That's 50% of their total output in the first 3 minutes and 47 of the first.
Mendoza. And Jaquite in a battle for that basketball with Stockton.
Possession for the
This is the difference when you have a real point guard and a combo guard.
14 seconds on the shot.
Let's take a look at that McDonald's instant replay. LJ Gonzalez picking the pocket of Jet Mendoza.
Talking about FEU, they had a total of, I believe, 8 steals That's 8 on the ball takeaways against UP. And this is the kind of backcourt toughness that Coach Olsen Rosella has in his arsenal.
Suerte pulls the trigger. Dakite comes up with the rebound. Dakite backing down Chuente. A steal by Bienes.
Back-to-back turnovers for UE.
Stockton throws it out. Bienes again launches from the outside. That's an air ball.
Both teams really relying too much on outside shots. Maybe open, but when the closeout comes, the driving lanes are also available for the taking. UE still scoreless as we are almost in the halfway mark of this initial quarter.
Foul, the number 13, LJ
While
Gonzalez.
FEU has 4 inside points or 2 inside points.
Philip Manalang
And a set of free throws as well.
Jet
Here comes Philip Manalang to try and restore sanity to the half-court execution of the Red Warriors.
14 seconds on
Philip
the shot
Manalang,
clock.
one of 4 graduating players on this UE side, along with Mendoza, Suerte, and Abanto. Abanto has the basketball right here. Tolentino. Manalang. 3 on the shot clock. Suerte has to take it. Suerte. And a foul was called as Suerte went up for that shot.
Bailout foul given up by Stockton against Suerte under duress.
Against Val, the number 2,
Almost
Alex
running out
Stockton.
of time in that 24-second shot clock.
Hubert Connie coming in
Challenging
for
the left arm of
handcuffing.
Dodo Suerte.
2 free throws
Looking for their
for
first
Ray
points
Suerte.
here in the initial quarter. Suerte, as we pointed out in the first period of that loss to UST, already fired a total of 7 first quarter points out of the 19-point total of UE against UST.
The UE faithful celebrating the arrival of Suerte here in Manila.
It's really worth celebrating. This kind of package that he has brought in. Instant offense, fearless, full of confidence as well.
FEU breaks the press. Ebonya over Jakite. Could not convert. Red Warriors are running. Manalang. Abanto for 3. Abanto is able to score.
Rick Abando, 3!
A Gatorade hydration checkpoint has been crossed as UE is on a 5-0 run.
I believe that is the first extra pass coming today from UE. And that's what you get when you have Philip Manalang on the floor for the Red Warriors.
Hubert Kenny
Hubert
responding
Connie,
with a triple
three.
from the corner. FEU will head into this timeout leading UE 11-5.
Dino Convoy coming in for Alex Stockton.
The 6'9" foreign student athlete from Senegal. And what a UAAP debut he had. 20 points and 21 rebounds.
4 points in the first quarter, 5 points in the second quarter, 2 in the third, 9 in the fourth, plus 9 rebounds. And that was the time that UE made a daring run against UST, cutting what was once a 25-point bulge down to 10. But eventually all that will be not enough, as UST hung tough to be able to escape with their first win of the season. And right now, after beating UP yesterday,
And check Val, the number 8,
is
Hubert Connie.
the pace
is the
setter
first
after
3 on
2
the
play
camera.
dates. Out of the 9 attempts of UE so far, 7 dyan galing sa 3-point area. So take a look at coaches Bong Tan and active consultant Lawrence Johnson. While on the flip side, FEU, which is a 2 of 8 from the long court, has attempted 8 out of 11 times from the 3-point area, only 3 times inside the 3-point line.
Yakite on the move. Yakite called for traveling.
Well defended by Pat Chuente, and the Behemoths going at it. Eyeball to eyeball. And so far, Chuente has kept Alex Yakite in check. 6-point lead FEU, 4-minute mark here in the first.
Royce Alforque finally being elevated to Team A. He also came from the FEU Diliman Baby Tamaraos program. Part of that championship team in the juniors division in season 79. Six-point lead for the Tamaraos. Philip Manalang, a juniors champion himself, with Hubert Cani when both of them played with the Bullpups.
Right.
Manalang. Abanto on the drive. Abanto. No go. Yakite.
Excellent
Alforque
effort.
takes it away.
Right. Another steal for FEU.
Cani on the move. Drop pass. A whistle was blown, so that means Ebonia will head to the line for 2.
Conscious effort for FEU to find the open man. Yes. Up in the air, but Ebonia was open underneath, and this time Ebonia withdraws. A shooting foul will go to the line for 2 free throws. Kevin, Barkley, Ebonia played 13 minutes for FEU against UP. Had 3 points, 4 rebounds, a steal, and a turnover. And we expect Barkley Ebonia to play a major role in FEU's campaign this season to try and lift FEU not just to the Final Four, but probably deeper into the postseason.
FEU also responding with that 2-1 full court press. Tolentino. Suerte popping out. He was defended by Comboy. Manalang on the drive. Manalang bothered by Chuente.
Primary defense was excellent, and the rim protector was also present.
Chuente on the jump hook. Patrick Chuente is able to get the basket. A Jollibee 100% amazing move of the quarter.
Time and again, FEU's players have been able to get into the heart of UA's defense and execute those nice drop passes to a more open teammate.
Yakite, hop step. Jump hook does not work. Comboy saving it to the wrong man, and Suerte is fouled by Chuente.
Suerte will go to the line once again for 2 free throws. Only 1 field goal for UE in the first 7 minutes and 20 of this first. But Chuente up to the task. Catching, finishing with a half turn to the basket, 10-point lead for FEU. The biggest, the largest cushion so far for the Tamaraos. Remember that against UP, lumamang itong FEU. Hindi ako nagkakamali. Nasa third quarter na. At yun yung quarter na kung saan they kept UP to under 10 points. They won that quarter 17-9. Unfortunately, they only scored 11 points in the fourth quarter and none the last 3 minutes of that fourth quarter versus UP.
Suerte knocks in the free throw.
4 out of 4 so far from the 15-foot line. Nothing from the perimeter. And this was one standout for UE in that loss versus UST. Chris Pagsanghan at a total of 15 points in 21 minutes. 80% from the 2-point area.
And he's defending Wendell Comboy. Alforque. Oh, Ebonia clearing the way, but that's an offensive foul.
Very patient half-court run here for FEU. Patience is something we're seeing from the Tamaraos here in the first, trying to force UE to lapses defensively, but Ebonia defended well by Abanto. Remember that UE was minus 25 in terms of possessions versus UST. That is the number of turnovers that they committed versus the Tigers in that first loss.
Apasible making his return to the UAAP after 3 years. Manalang. Tolentino, inside pass to Apasible. Gives it back to Tolentino, but the Red Warriors run out of time.
24-second shot clock violation.
FEU defending every point of attack, challenging every pass. No open looks for UE, and FEU has kept UE under 10 points with 8 minutes gone here in the initial quarter.
Bomboy. Alforque. Canny. Drives. Canny off the glass, too strong. Eponia comes out of nowhere to grab that rebound. Alforque. Canny from the other side. Manalang comes up with a board. Manalang. Abanto. Back to Manalang. Manalang floats it up. It is FEU basketball. Alforque on the move. Alforque loses control. It will go back to UE.
Cyrus Torres coming
This is a
in
nice
for
battle against
Hubert
UE's best point guard against one of the probably toughest on-the-ball defenders in their backcourt, in Alforque.
Cyrus Torres is now in the game. So we have four former baby Tamaraos on the floor for FEU.
Homegrown talents.
Abanto. Again!
Rick
Abanto
Abanto,
is
three.
lighting it up early for UE.
4 free throws, 2 3-point baskets, and all the field goals from UE have come from this young man, Abanto, all from beyond the arc.
Jeff Burks
Abanto showing a lot of confidence in his
Coming in
final
for
play
Rick
here
Abanto.
in the UAAP.
And sometimes you just take what the defense gives you, and this is exactly what FEU is willing to give up. An outside attempt from one of UE's big men.
Pagsanhan. Tolentino. Alforque. Alforque also
Oops.
plays with a lot of speed. I remember when both Gonzalez and Alforque shared the backcourt
LJ Gonzalez coming in for
with the baby Tamaraos, and now
They
Royce
alternate at the
They
backcourt at
alternate,
present, right?
11 seconds on the shot clock.
Manalang on the move, throws it back out. Cruz from the outside. Short.
Second shot clock violation of the first quarter
24
for
second shot clock
UE.
violation.
Last possession time for FEU. Biggest lead was at 10 points earlier at 15-5. UE coming up with a late 5-0 run to narrow the gap to 5 points.
Gonzalez with a burst of speed.
This will be an unsportsmanlike foul called against UE, holding on to the jersey of LJ Gonzalez in his bid to go downhill, attack the basket, draw the last line defense, and dish off once again to an open teammate. Ito, maliwanag yung hawak ni Manalang.
Just couldn't catch him.
He wanted to give up a preempted foul. Unfortunately, maybe deemed as an unsportsmanlike foul because of the tug on the jersey.
We've got 6.2 seconds remaining here in the first period. This is just the second game for both these teams as our officials are taking a look at the replay here. But it was clear that there was a tug on the uniform from behind by Philip Manalang. Let's take a look at it one more time. So Manalang gets caught up on the screen. And he's actually also holding Celso's uniform.
Buti nga, nakita mo yung una, nakita ko lang yung pangalawa.
Philip Manalang.
And that's why we have our officials and their
on the Red Warriors.
video replay system as they check it out with UAAP Commissioner Jensen Ilagan.
And Duffin coming in for Bartley Abonia.
So LJ Gonzalez will be taking these free throws. LJ was perfect from the line in the first game.
And
I remember talking to him when he was in the juniors, and he told me he idolizes Russell Westbrook,
One possession stays with the FEU September.
which explains his downhill type of game.
Saka malakas ang katawan eh.
And here he is with 5 seconds to go. LJ Gonzalez could not convert, and that will do it for the first quarter of play.
At the end of the opening quarter, the
The
score
FEU Tamaraos
for the UE Red Warriors
leading the UE Red Warriors 17 to 10 here in
Tamaraos.
season 82 of the UAAP, brought to you by ABS-CBN Sports. You're watching our live coverage of the UAAP. And this is the third day of our brand new tournament as we return here inside the historic Araneta Coliseum.
Incidentally, it's Grandparents' Day today, September 8th. And to all the grandparents out there who may be present later as well sa ating Ateneo Lasal initial offering for Season 82. Enjoy your special day.
And that contest will happen at 4 p.m. But first, we have to take care of business as the Tamaraos take on the Red Warriors. Two teams looking to notch their first win here in Season 82. Comboy, Tuffin, to Torres. And Gonzalez picks up the rebound. Comboy behind the back dribble. Tuffin recovers it. Kicks it out to Comboy for three. Comboy knocks it down.
8 points in that loss to UP. But only shot 3 of 16. Overall, looking for a better and more efficient performance on the outside. And that conversion from the 3 ball is the third from the long court in the half so far for FEU for a total of 9 points.
Gonzalez throws it out to Wendell. Comboy for 3. Shot was to the right. UE has it. Manalang throws it up ahead. And the basket is good as Sawat is able to catch that pass by Philip Manalang. A Yamaha Mio #1 move.
Once again, Manalang creating scoring opportunities for the rest of his teammates. A no-look forward pass, not an easy pass to make. And then the catch and the finish. UE finished with only 2 field goals in the first 10 minutes for 13%. That is how well FEU's individual defense was. While on the flip side, FEU was 5 of 16 for 31%, scoring a total of 17 points to equalize what they produced in that first quarter versus UP in their last match.
Philip Manalang was second in the league last year in terms of assists, averaging 4.6 per game.
And he also held a single game high record for last year with a total of 12 extra passes in a single game. Excellent find, good entry pass from high to the low post area. And Patrick Chuente also showing us that he is very unselfish and he can play team ball here for FEU.
And Manalang also tallied those 12 assists in their win against FEU.
Yo. If there was someone who struggled big time in the first 10 minutes, it had to be Alex Jaquite, who was scoreless in three attempts for UE.
See that McDonald's instant replay. Chuente showing us that he can find his teammates as well. Jaquite trying to get himself going from the free throw line. This is a guy who started playing soccer back in his home country of Senegal at the age of 6. But in 2014, that's when he shifted to basketball. A late bloomer in the sport. He told me when he touched the ball, it felt like it was meant to be.
Wow.
Idol na si LeBron, that's why he wears 23.
Last line defender was there, made it difficult for Ken Tuffin to finish using his offhand, but that was a nifty press break action coming from FEU. And that set up the 3-on-2 situation. Unfortunately, not finished well by Ken Tuffin. Still a 7-point lead here for FEU after the count was at 17-10 at the end of the first 10 minutes.
And now Alex Jaquite making life tough for the bigs of FEU.
Number 5, Daniel Celso.
Well, it started out with 2 attempts from
Coming in for
the outside,
Daniel Celso.
from the 3-point area to be exact. And if you were FEU, you'd really like to see him take shots away from the basket and disallow him from going downhill, of which he has that huge size and heft advantage over Pat Chuente.
Chuente sent back in by Coach Olsen Racela. Harvey Paksanghan. Too strong on that shot. Here's Gonzalez. Gonzalez with a crossover. LJ to Chuente with some English on that lay-in.
Primary offense look generated by LJ Gonzalez for Pat Chuente. And that's always a welcome find for LJ Gonzalez. And another takeaway for LJ Gonzalez and FEU.
Gonzalez with a pass. And Jaquite hustles hard for that rebound. Manalang looking for a teammate, gets it to Suerte. UE down by 9. Oh, Jaquite was not ready. LJ on the move. Chuente smothered.
2 turnovers and 3 possessions for UE. And FEU will have a chance to build their largest lead if Pat Chuente hits 2 free throws.
Team by Ken coming in for Alex Tacton. Ino Comboy for Cyrus Torres. Jed Mendoza coming in for Chris Magsanhan.
Jed Mendoza returns. Saw him play some point guard to start this game.
For Pat Chuente.
But we know him as a scorer. He averaged 15.8 points per game last year with Jose Rizal University.
Inside scoring so far in favor of FEU. UE no points inside the paint. 2 3-point baskets for UE thus far, both coming from Abanto, while FEU has 3 players knocking in a 3-point basket apiece.
Chuente puts the lead back up to 10. Manalang double team. Mendoza gets it across, throws it away, but the ball hit the foot of Pat Chuente.
Almost the 3rd turnover of UE here in the quarter. They had a total of 6 turnovers
15 seconds on the
in
shot
the
clock.
first 10 minutes. They had a total of 20 versus USD, converted into 20 turnover points by the Tigers.
Suerte on the drive. Suerte beats his defenders. A Manulife Vision Player of the Game. That's Ray Suerte for you.
4 points in the first quarter. His first field goal of this match. Total of 6 points for this first-year player out of Cebu.
Comboy. Sawat is in front of him. Comboy. Cross-court pass. Toughen for 3. And Comboy comes up with the offensive board. Gonzalez. LJ steps back for 3. No. Mendoza with the rebound. And Mendoza will step on the brakes. Baikin.
Oh,
Oh, Suerte launches from way outside. Chuente grabs the board. Gonzalez. And that's a foul on Philip Manalang.
15, Philip Manalang.
Philip Manalang played a total of
De Cabando coming in
nearly
for
6 minutes in the first quarter and has not been given a breather since. This is a part of that 6-point production coming from that isolation play from Ray Suerte.
14 seconds on the shot clock.
Nodo Suerte also had 2 3-point conversions out of 5 attempts in their initial game versus UST.
Alforque floats it up over Jaquite.
Royce Alforque.
You don't have to settle for 3-point attempts all the time. When the defense closes out long, the driving lanes or the mid-range looks are there for the taking. Alforque, 2 points off the bench, 10-point lead FEU.
And that was Alforque's first points
Right.
of the season as he was scoreless in their first game. Suerte looking for Jaquite. Alforque comes up with a steal. Zigzagging his way to the basket. Alforque too strong off the glass. And now it's Manalang's turn. Suerte. Mendoza has it now. Mendoza looking for Alex Jaquite. Pass deflected by Comboy. Baikin gives it to Comboy. Baikin free for 3, but he gives it back to Wendell. Good decision by Baikin as we have crossed another Gatorade hydration checkpoint. Timeout UE. FEU now with their biggest lead of the game, 30-17.
Timeout for the UE Red Warriors.
Video coaches winning ways. That's Coach Lawrence Chongson. As we were mentioning earlier, the man who led UE to their last appearance in the finals back in season 72. That team was led by Paul Lee, and we also saw a former Red Warrior who's part of the coaching staff, Paul Artadi, also there.
Right, played with the likes of James Yap, I believe, and KG Canaleta, Hooker, Ola Numiping, J.R. Estrada, during, of course, their generation as Red Warriors.
Former point guard Rob Labagala is also, of course, on the bench sitting beside
nice.
Artadi as Mendoza sneaks in for that short stab.
First basket for Jed Mendoza, if I'm not mistaken. Scoreless in the first, or rather, scoreless in 4 minutes of action dun sa initial quarter, playing the point guard role for UE.
Baikin, Chuente, jump hook is too strong, and the ball will go back to UE.
Human cutting. Coming in for Kimberly
Here's that
Manuel.
rebound by Shed Mendoza.
What we're seeing here from FEU is almost every basket has been generated by a pass or an extra pass. And in the first quarter alone, 5 field goals converted, 5 assists for FEU. And this is also the same thing we're seeing here in the second quarter. That's why they continue to protect an 11-point lead.
Manalang. Suerte. 5 on the shot clock. Suerte. Manalang, quick release. Too strong. Canny comes up with the board. Canny. Comboy. And Manalang is able to tap into a teammate. Suerte is on the move. Suerte! How about that?
Suerte!
A Jollibee 100%.
Timeout,
The amazing
FEU,
move
timeout.
of the quarter from Ray Suerte. Timeout FEU. The MVP from the Queen City of the South has taken his act to Manila here under the bright lights of the UAAP. Welcome, Ray Anthony Suerte.
No luck at all involved in that virtuoso play coming from Dodo. Suerte, 23 points in 32 minutes to lead UE in scoring versus UST.
Stockton blocked by Jaquite.
And it takes a little bit of getting used to. We talk about a reinforcement for UE because I believe the last time they had one was in the person of Charles Mami, which is quite a long time ago.
When Coach Derek Pomaren was coaching UE.
No, kasi si Arafat pa yung naalala ko dating isa eh.
Magkasama silang dalawa eh,
Yun.
one season. Mustafa Arafat. Manalang, tough shot. Unable to get it to drop. Stockton comes up with the rebound.
A nice forward pass.
Vienes was looking for Chuente. Suerte has the ball right now. Suerte to Manalang. Thought about the three. We haven't seen a proper post-up opportunity for Alex Jaquite, unlike in the first 2 offensive possessions for UE in the first game.
Wow.
But we've seen a lot of this. Ray Suerte.
10 points for Suerte. 4 points in the first quarter, 6 here in the second quarter. And right now, after being down by as much as 13 at 30-17, he has
Mark Ibonia coming in for
generated the 6-0 counter run for UE.
Jose Gonzalez for Radiance.
Well, his foot was on the line, so it
Right.
was counted as a 2. But the University of the East welcoming the arrival of Ray Anthony Suerte.
He has scored nearly 50% of their total output so far here in the first half. Saka hindi trigger happy, no? Madiskarte.
Tsaka kalmado maglaro. Expressionless. Jakite having a tough day on the offensive end. LJ Gonzalez. Gonzalez breaks free, shoots a three, in and out. And Jakite comes up with a board.
Jakite is very efficient with his defense. Kaya lang pagdating sa opensa, hirap na hirap siya sa pagmarka ni Patrick Chuente.
Chuente's got 2 inches on Jakite, who's 6'9".
And it's not allowing Jakite to go to his left, which is his strong side. And so far, what Chuente has allowed Jakite is only 2 points in their matchup.
Chris Magsanhan coming in for Philip Manalo.
While he has scored on the other end 6 points of his own. Talking about Patrick Chuente.
Canny. Gonzalez. Ebonia coming to provide the screen. Stockton, 5 on the shot clock. Canny. He has to take a shot. Hubert Canny off the glass, no good. Jakite comes up with a rebound. Under a minute to play here in the first half. Suerte. Throws it to Mendoza. Mendoza spins. Jakite, will he make his first shot from beyond the arc? Not yet. Mendoza with another offensive rebound and put back.
It's all about effort for Jed Mendoza, playing off the ball and pushing UE closer to FEU. FEU's lead down to 5, under a minute left here in the second quarter.
The Tamaraws call a timeout after this basket by Jed Mendoza. We'll be back. The FEU faithful here inside the Araneta Coliseum. Kanina pang tanghali sila nandito. At sila naman ang sasabak sa aksyon mamaya. The De La Salle University Green Archers raring to go as they play their first game of this brand new season against Ateneo. And that will happen at 4 p.m. Canny, meanwhile, breaks free.
Hubert Canny.
Excellent press break coming from FEU. Well executed. First basket since the 4-minute and 18 mark. Lead up to 7 for the Tamara.
Timeout UE. the best from the South. Ray Anthony Suerte showing his stuff here in the UAAP. He is legit.
The real deal, to say the least. Can hurt you from the outside, has the ability to also attack the inside. Double-edged sword, main offensive weapon of Coach Bong Tan and the active consultant Lawrence Johnson for the year. Double-digit output.
Jet Mendoza.
10 of the first 25 points of UE coming from Dodo
Coming in
Suerte.
for the Red Warriors.
And Jet Mendoza's awakened here in the second quarter as well for UE.
Dakite.
Oh my.
Mendoza. And apparently the instructions were to go for the 2-for-1. But right now, because of that offensive rebound, they get another chance with Suerte. And Baikin made sure that Dodo would not be able to take a shot.
They still had a foul to give.
There's the first.
Last possession of the second quarter. Coming up for UE. Ray Suerte is seldom rattled. No? Galing gumamit ng oras. Would really like to reject the ball screens most of the time and go for his isolation plays.
Well, he has no problem with the speed of the game because they play it really fast down south.
Totoo naman. Wasted opportunity for UE.
They
had that entire
coming in for
remaining time to burn and use to launch the final attempt. Instead, they will allow FEU another look at the basket.
Eight seconds to go. LJ Gonzalez. Yup, he's got some Westbrook in him.
That's got to hurt. 4 points in under 30 seconds. Earlier, the lead was only at 5 points. FEU scoreless for nearly 4 minutes. But FEU will score the final 4 points to push their advantage to 9 as we head into the third quarter.
The FEU Tamaraos lead the UE Red Warriors 34-25. You're watching our live coverage of UAAP Season 82, all for more. Goho creating beautiful plays. And this was that up and under move on the lay-in by Pat Chuente off of that assist by LJ Gonzalez. Going to be a very eventful day because we're taking care of FEU versus UE right now. And later on, the De La Salle Green Archers will debut for the season as they take on the defending champions Ateneo. That will be at 4 p.m.
11 assists on 12 made field goals for FEU in the first 2 quarters, and that is exactly what Coach Olsen envisioned for this team in terms of being unselfish, in terms of team basketball. That is something that UE needs to defend. Defend the first pass, defend the final kick-out pass, and make sure that UE is not able, or rather FEU is not able to get into the heart of their defense and find the closest man to the basket na kung saan ilang beses nagawa ng FEU yun doon sa unang 2 quarters.
Now let's see if they will get Alex Dakite going, as Jaime Ascalon shared with us earlier. He's been bothered though by the 6'11" Pat Chuente.
Mabilis, saka mataas, mahaba yung umabantay sa kanya.
Suerte. And we see the setup. So yes, there is a conscious effort now to look for Alex.
His third personal.
Deep in the post, not outside the 3-point line. This is what I was referring to about Ray Suerte's ability to go for his isolation plays instead of ball screen points of attack. Mas gusto niya na mag-isa siya at gagawa siya ng sarili niyang tira or pasa para sa kanyang mga kasama.
There were 3 green shirts surrounding Suerte, and this is the first proper post-up of the game for Alex Dakite. A Domino's Pizza, what a delivery play. Just what Coach Lawrence Johnson ordered.
First field goal for Alex Dakite after 2 free throws in the first 2 quarters. That will be 4 points and 11 rebounds for Dakite.
The response, though, by the Tamaraos is they tried to look for Chuente. The defense was able to recover, but Stockton was there for the putback.
First basket for Stockton. 14 points from the inside coming from FEU.
Beltran is in the game for UE.
Pushing foul, the number 2, Alex Factor, that's his fourth.
And that's the fourth personal foul, Coach Ron, on Alex Stockton.
For Alex Factor.
That's going to be a cause for concern for Coach Folsen. And
Seconds on the shot clock.
has been the primary defender on Dodo Suerte in the first 2 quarters.
And again,
Jump ball.
a battle for the basketball.
FEU
Possession
Tamaraos.
arrow points in favor of FEU.
And we have 2 frontline players para dito sa UE who did not see action for them in that match versus UST. Talking about Beltran.
So this is his first taste of
Right.
UAAP Season 82 action. Coming in here in the second half of this contest. Comboy sizing up Suerte, too strong. Chuente could not hold on to the basketball, but Gonzalez recovers it. 9 on the shot clock. LJ makes his move. Gonzalez with the floater.
LJ Gonzalez.
A pure gold, always panalo move.
Blow-by move by Gonzalez on that gamble play by Philip Manalang. 10 points for LJ Gonzalez in a very good shooting performance as well for the Tamaraos.
Cruz forcing that shot up. 11-point lead for the Tamaraos. LJ throws it out, tough it. Bienes back to Gonzalez. 9 on the shot clock. Gonzalez with the space to operate. Floating it up over Alex Jaquite.
12 points for LJ Gonzalez. He was only 3 of 14, but still good for 8 points in that loss to UP today with a very good shooting clip. Already with 12 points to lead all scorers.
Manalang. Jaquite. And this is what Alex Jaquite likes. To use that big body of his to back down
Holding foul, the
opposing
number 35,
centers.
Chuente.
And again, Manalang having problems containing LJ Gonzalez.
Alan Beltran.
And this is the first time actually that LJ Gonzalez has scored double digits in the collegiate level. Last year, LJ's season high was 9 points.
And he has been able to eclipse that already. So this is already a career high for our sophomore.
And this is why Jaquite is having problems with Chuente. Chuente's length and activity.
Now the number 35, Matt Chuente, his third.
Let's take a
personal.
look at this battle
Ball
between
on
the two
Tamaraos.
giants.
Here free throws for Alex Jaquite.
But we can see, Coach Ronnie, that the players are responding to the instructions of Coach Lawrence Chongson to get Alex Jaquite going.
He has to get his touches deep and hopefully force Patrick Chuente to commit more fouls than usual. In fact, Chuente already has a total of 3 fouls. It will be lifted by Kevin Barkley Bonya.
Barkley Bonya coming in.
That is a part of
for
that
Matt Chuente.
adjustment in their offensive game plan, because that is something that they were not able to execute well in quarter 1 and in quarter 2. Did this at 11 for the Tamaraos after free throws were converted earlier by Alex Jaquite. Ooh,
Oh, Bienes losing control of that basketball. Suerte getting it to Manalang, gives it back to Suerte, and Dodo Suerte is able to score on that short jumper. A C2 fast break of the game.
4 straight points for UE, 2 from the free throw line, 1 in the primary look on the break, generated by Manalang, created for Dodo Suerte.
Comboy blocked by Jaquite. Alex Jaquite. Oh, LJ Gonzalez preventing disaster from happening. But he stepped on the
It was
baseline.
a late call, but the correct one. And UE will take it. What a chase down coming from LJ Gonzalez. It's all about effort. They had 6 on the ball takeaways in the first 2 quarters, forcing 10 turnovers against the Red Warriors. So yes, there's a line, says Coach Lawrence Johnson, and that ball touched the line, or the feet of LJ Gonzalez touched the line at one instance.
11 seconds on the shot clock.
Now Chuente is not on the floor. So expect this ball to go to Alex Jaquite, but shouldn't be from that far away from the rim, Coach.
Eh,
as you were
pinapababa siya.
Suerte. Jaquite. Oh! Misses at the rim, but he will head to the line for 2.
Egging foul, number 8, Barkley.
Most of the time, players go for defensive rebounds rather than block out first. Try to jump or out jump the bigger and stronger counterpart, and this is exactly what we saw. That last effort coming from Jaquite, able to beat Bonya with a weak side rebound.
Alex Jaquite came to the Philippines in 2017, played for Diliman Preparatory School for a year before transferring here to the University of the East.
Jaquite was 85% against UST, 6 out of 7. UE was at 18 of 26 from the line, good for nearly 70% in that first game loss against the Tigers. What a pass. Galing. Ooh.
Traveling.
Ebonia bothered by the presence of Alex Jaquite. But we are seeing how LJ Gonzalez is creating for his teammates.
Oh. Extra step taken by Barkley. Ebonia will now be tasked to contain Alex Jaquite. Another shooting foul given up by FEU, and right now
Foul, number 20.
we haven't even crossed the halfway mark in our team penalty, and the adjustment of forcing Jaquite to play closer to the basket has created some problems defensively for FEU.
Jaquite missing on the first free throw. He's already got 14 rebounds, but only 7 points so far. It's really only here in the second half that they've been throwing the ball to Alex Jaquite. The Tamaraws call a timeout. They are still up 40-33. BDO coaches winning ways. BDO coaches winning ways. Coach Olsen Rasela, UAAP champion back in season 51 with the Ateneo. 18 years as a professional, 9-time champion and 6-time All-Star in the PBA. Cowboy from the corner.
Ida Cowboy.
Wendell Cowboy with 9 points in the game, a PS bankable assist. Parang PS Bank personal loan na maaasahan apply online, no collateral.
And if LJ Gonzalez is not scoring, he's assisting. So the rest of the Tamaraws lead up to 9 once again for FEU after UE narrowed it down to 7 earlier.
We have crossed another Gatorade hydration checkpoint as Suerte comes up with this offensive rebound.
Defensive adjustment here for FEU, shifting from man-to-man defense to a 2-3 zone alignment.
Abanto can't knock down that shot.
He had 2 triples in the first quarter for UE.
Gonzalez looking for Bienes.
Ray Bienes.
What a find by LJ Gonzalez. Manulife Vision Player of the Game, LJ Gonzalez is.
And the one covering LJ Gonzalez has to do a better job staying in front of him, disallow him from going for his floaters and finding the open teammates, because he's done that twice in a row. As a result, after the lead was cut down to 7, it has increased once again to 11. A simple ball screen, and then the final rotation was absent. Another inside basket for FEU generated by LJ Gonzalez.
LJ has got 4 assists in this game to go along with 6 rebounds, 12 points, and 2 steals, statting the stat sheet. Or stuffing the stat sheet, rather.
At saka ng taas ng porsyento niya from the field today after a 3 of 14 performance versus the Fighting Maroons last Wednesday. And remember, for FEU, no one landed in double figures for them against UP. But today, LJ Gonzalez already has 12, while Comboy is 1 point away from being in double figures as well. While for UE, it's only Dodo Suerte who has crossed the double-digit mark. Of course, sumama na rin dyan si Alex Jaquite, was scored 8 third-quarter points for UE.
UE down by 9. Apasible is back in the game. RV Paksanghan will head to the line.
Most of the 10 points of UE here in the third have come from the line.
Number 21,
This is
second.
also one of the reasons why FEU was deviated from their man-to-man defensive scheme to a zone alignment. UE has not committed any team foul so far in the first 6 minutes of this third quarter.
Paksanghan, a product of Hope Christian High School.
Scored a total of 15 points in 21 minutes versus the Tigers.
What a debut. And a steal here by Manalang.
That will be interference for Markley Ibonia. A rare turnover in the backcourt for FEU. Late third quarter run here for UE. Now the lead is just down to 5 for FEU.
Let's take a look at this McDonald's instant replay. So basket interference called on Ibonia. Now, there's something wrong with the right foot of RV Paksanghan as he collided with Manalang on that last play. More full court pressure being shown by the Red Warriors. Alforque. Ibonia. Comboy shoots and scores! Wendell Comboy.
Right between the eyes of Alex Jaquite. That was contested, but Comboy was not to be denied. First basket since LJ Gonzalez was lifted for FEU.
Jaquite hops inside, draws another foul.
Wendell Comboy, just like LJ Gonzalez, has eclipsed his first game performance. This was the injury to Paksanghan, who twisted his right ankle on his landing. Diretso sa kaliwang paa ni Philip Manalang. si Harvey Pagsanghan as Jaquite continues to hurt FEU with his consistent shooting from the line.
Jaquite was 6 for 7 from the free throw line in his UAAP debut.
It's about 87% for Jaquite, I believe. Or 85% to be exact. And Jaquite has scored a total of 9, make that 10 of the 15 points of UE,
for Philip Manalo.
or of the 16 points of the Red Warriors here in the third quarter.
It's an 8-3 run. The Red Warriors slowing down the tempo and pace of this game because of their big man,
Right.
who's been drawing a ton of fouls here in this period.
And that's the reason why the pace is much lower. Oh, 5 points in 2 possessions.
Comboy.
Wendell Comboy for a total of 13 points for FEU.
Wendell Comboy with a Jollibee 100%. The amazing move of the quarter. 13 points now for Comboy. Mendoza thought about the three. Swings it to Suerte. Shoots a three. Ray Anthony Suerte again.
Excellent cross-court pass coming from Jet Mendoza. Good recognition. And Suerte has 15 for UE.
Sinagot naman yun ni Wendell Comboy.
8 points in 3 possessions for the team captain. FEU ahead by that much as well. 8-point lead FEU, 2-31. Third quarter.
Wendell Comboy, we talked about how he had a quiet outing in their first game against UP. Coming alive today, stroking it from beyond the arc. Comboy has hit 4 3-pointers. He's got a total of 16.
After accounting for 8 points against UP, he was 3 of 16 from the field in 25 minutes. But today, coming out firing, coming up with more accuracy. 4 of 7 from the 3-ball, 13-point output or 16-point output to lead all Tamaraos. And this, he has taken over the scoring cudgels from LJ Gonzalez, who was also unstoppable early on here in the third.
Comboy, that's his fourth.
Score is 52-44 as Jaquite once again returns the free throw line. He's been a favorite target of the Tamaraos here in this period.
2 free throws for Alex Jaquite.
10-point quarter likewise for Wendell Comboy, and he has scored 10 of FEU's 18 points in the third to equalize what Alex Jaquite has done for UE. 10 of UE's 19 points, meanwhile, coming from the reinforcement, Alex Jaquite.
Well, Comboy could be in for a career performance. His career best was 20 points in season 79. Comboy launches from way out. 19 points for Wendell Comboy.
Explosion from the 3-ball, 19 points total, 13 here in the third, 13 points coming from Comboy, most of them coming from beyond the arc.
Suerte. Jaquite on the inside. A Boysen points in the paint behemoth, Alex Jaquite.
It's been a Jaquite-Suerte combination versus the tandem of LJ Gonzalez and Wendell Comboy here in the third quarter, both for FEU and UE. Ooh.
Foul number 6, Neil Tolentino.
Alex Jaquite,
Cyrus Torres coming in for
13 of his 15 points coming here in the third.
For Rabianes.
Attacking the inside defense
14 seconds
of
on the shot clock.
FEU, forcing Patrick Chuente to pick up his third foul early here in the third.
Jet Mendoza. Shot clock,
And
14
forcing FEU to
seconds.
give up a lot of shooting fouls.
Ebonia. Cani. Torres from the corner. And an offensive rebound. That's just pure hustle
That's the counter,
on the
Barkley
part
Ebonia.
of Barkley Ebonia.
Foul number
Open look
23,
from the
Alex
deep left
Jaquite
corner
gets
coming
first.
from
Two
Torres.
on the Red Warriors.
Ebonia weak side
Barkley
rebound.
Ebonia.
Ebonia doubling his effort. Ebonia with his first field goal here in the third for a total of 4 points. Another double-digit advantage for FEU. 11.8 for the Tamaraws.
Daniel
Every
Zelko.
time UE would narrow FEU's margin to about 5 points, FEU would generate a mini-run of their own. And that has deflated the momentum built by UE, built around Jaquite and Ray Suarte's excellence.
Manalang.
Oh,
Back to Alex Jaquite. Jaquite on the
Alex
inside.
Jaquite.
another good look coming from Manalang to a downhill attacking Jaquite. 17 for Jaquite, 15 here in the third.
Alforque. Alforque pulls up. And Suerte almost securing that rebound. Tapped out.
Jim Cruz.
And it
coming
will
in
go to
for
the east.
Neil Tolentino.
This is the first time that both teams will cross over 20 points in a quarter. And here in this period, UE will already account for a total of 24 third quarter points. FEU, meanwhile, with 24 points here in the third. This is also the way we started the third quarter, with FEU up by 9 points versus UE at 34-25.
Manalang gives it up to Suerte. Suerte able to draw a foul on that baseline drive.
Again, foul, the number 5, Daniel Zelko.
Now let's take a look at it one more time. Ray
Neil Tolentino
Suerte.
coming in for Jim Cruz. Hubert Cunning
Celso saying that he just went straight up.
coming in for Daniel Zelko. 2 free throws for Ray Suerte.
Product of the University of the Visayas Lancers, 3-time champion in the CISAFI, multiple MVP awardee, Patrick Chuente, a little frustrated along the sidelines dahil sa kanyang pagkakaroon ng pangatlong personal foul maaga pa dito sa third quarter.
LJ Gonzalez coming in for
Actually,
Royce
looking at the numbers, coach, he has 4 personal
Apat na
fouls.
bala, oo.
And the way Alex Jaquite has been shooting free throws,
Kinayod niya eh. Talagang hindi na siya pinalabas ni Coach Lawrence in almost every possession.
taking advantage of the absence of Chuente.
Foul, the number 6, Neil Tolentino. His second 3 on your Red Warriors.
And he is something that UE never had, at least in the last 4 years. An inside presence, an optimum rim protector.
FEU still has time. Hubert Cani a little bit short on that shot.
At the end of 3 quarters, it's 58-51 for the FEU.
Ebonia is on the floor here. But we have to settle down as FEU leads UE 58-51. We'll be back for the 4th period. You're watching Season 82 of the UAP. UE and FEU Pep squads going all out here as both teams try to pick up a victory. Their first for UAP Season 82. Once again, we are thanking everybody who are tuned in right now. Anton Ross together with Coach Ronnie Magsanok. And of course, we have reporting for the University of the East, Jaime Ascalon. Maris Domingo is not with us today as she is attending to some matters at school. Now we take a look at the quarter scoring.
UE scored 25 points in the first two quarters, erupted for 26 in the last 10 minutes, while FEU also showed us their first 20-point quarter. UE relying on its shooting from the free throw line, 13 of their 26 points coming from the line. As John Apasible knocks in his first basket as a Red Warrior. Meanwhile, FEU had 9 of their 24 points coming from beyond the arc, all produced by Wendell Comboy.
Gonzalez using his speed. Cyrus Torres. That's the scouting report on Cyrus Torres. He is a shooter.
24 of FEU 61 points coming from the three-point area. 8 three-point baskets today for the Tamaraos.
Apasible, ginanahan dahil sa kanyang unang basket kanina, missing on that mid-range jumper. Now Tuffin will try. FEU launching some three-point bombs to start the period.
9 three-point baskets for FEU. 27 points from beyond the arc. Suddenly, the lead is at 11. And they have eclipsed their 55-point output in that 61-55 loss to UP last Wednesday.
Gonzalez with a steal. LJ Gonzalez to Hubert Canny.
8 points in a minute and a half. And suddenly, Bakers doesn't lead for FEU. Fourth quarter explosion. Tenacious defense. Commanding lead, 8-37 here in the last quarter.
Timeout UE. Former Baby Tamaraos who won a UAP championship back in season 79, reconnecting here in the collegiate ranks. Gonzalez and Cyrus Torres, and this time Gonzalez finding Tuffin, and now Canny on our McDonald's instant replay, and Coach Olsen Racela is loving this start by the Tamaraws.
Total of 15 assists on 22 made field goals. Another takeaway after a UA timeout. And FEU will score 10 points in under 2 minutes. Earlier it was 58-53 to open up the fourth. Now it's 68-53 to build their largest lead, referring of course to the FEU Tamaraws.
LJ Gonzalez is a workhorse, grabbing that rebound, putting it back up, and then a career-high performance for him.
Imagine what FEU's backcourt will be next year, with RJ Abarientos also joining the Tamaraws in his first year. Manalang hits a rare 3-ball for UE. Take a look at assistant coaches Jack Santiago and Donichi Ituri after Adamson stole the game yesterday from the NU Bulldogs with a late three-pointer in the fourth, or in overtime rather.
Cruz. Abanto. Suerte. Manalang. Looking for Jaquite. Gonzalez has the basketball. Gonzalez on the move. Throws it out to Torres. Cyrus Torres too strong.
FEU went 4 for 4. 4 times down the floor before a three-point answer came from Philip Manalang.
Suerte. Ball will stay with
Coming
UE.
in for Kekapin.
Well, Jaquite has been effectively silenced by
14 seconds on
the
the shot clock.
reappearance of Patrick Chuente here in the fourth.
LJ Gonzalez stuffing the stat sheet, just like he did in the first game. But now, he's in double digits in scoring with 14, a career high for Gonzalez.
Wow.
Oh, nobody checking Abanto there.
Fair defensive
Abanto.
breakdown for FEU in the fourth after forcing 3 turnovers early to open up the fourth. 5 points in the quarter for UE. 5-point counter run after the count was pegged at 68-53 by FEU earlier.
Gonzalez to Comboy. Comboy to Chuente. Pat Chuente. He likes those acrobatic lay-ins. That's the second for the day.
That's a 6'11 player with a dip sedu. 8 points for Patrick Chuente versus a total of 17 for Alex Jaquite.
Manalang, triple from the corner, in and out. Abanto. Comboy. And the ball will go back to UE.
And UE will have to double their defensive effort in their bid to cut into this 12-point lead by the Tamaraws. Another nice feed inside. Inside baskets aplenty for the Tamaraws. They had 11 inside points in the third quarter alone. And that will be a total of 25 overall heading to the fourth.
Suerte shot was to the left. And Gonzalez will bring the ball down. 70-58 in favor of the Tamaraws. LJ Gonzalez to Cyrus Torres. Launches again. Cyrus Torres.
What about that fine gunning from LJ Gonzalez once again?
What a flakes. Kakaibang move.
And the amount of energy put in by Gonzalez to create openings for the rest of FEU is unbelievable. Requires triple the effort to get around his defender. Manalang with 2 triples here in the fourth. And suddenly Manalang has a total of 8 points.
Gonzalez. Bienes. It's a 12-point lead for the Tamaraws. Gonzalez. Bienes. Chuente.
Royce Alforque coming in for
LJ Gonzalez makes it so easy for his teammates to take open looks. Torres, the benefit of at least 2 nice passes coming from LJ Gonzalez. Bienes holding on to his right ankle.
Might have stepped on the foot of Alex Jaquite as he went up for a shot earlier.
Coming from the short corner, correct. The left short corner jumper after a pass was given earlier to him.
You already saw Harvey Pagsanghan suffer a right ankle sprain earlier, stepping on his teammate's foot, Philip Manalang, as he went up for a rebound.
Remember that these two teams are chasing their first win of the season. NU, FEU, and UE losing in their first outing. LaSalle will play their debut match versus Ateneo later on at 4 p.m.
And look at the points of the backcourt, Coach Ron.
Seconds on the shot
This
clock.
was absent from FEU in that loss to UP. And they regrouped. Better control, more offensive balance. And it all starts with being unselfish and finding a more open teammate.
Alforque, Torres to Comboy. Comboy with 19 points today. As we have crossed another Gatorade hydration checkpoint, Alforque loses control of the basketball. Suerte gives it to Abanto.
Good transition defense for the Tamaraws.
Jaquite. And we can see that he's huffing and puffing a little bit, Coach Ronnie.
Kinayod niya kasi nung third quarter eh.
Jaquite moving from the three-point line. Alex Jaquite with a Yamaha Mio #1 move.
Jaquite has to dig deeper into his fuel tank. They're still behind by 10.
And Chuente is fouled as he broke free, with Jaquite challenging the driver.
Taking foul, the number 19, Nick
He
Abanto,
made his
his
move
third
from the
personal.
three-point line.
One on your Red Warriors. Your free throws for Panchuende.
Chuente, 8 points versus UP. In 26 minutes, 14 rebounds, 2 block shots. Perfect from the line last Wednesday. Now, counting for 9 points. Ooh, Alex Jaquite acting as the point center for UE.
Play continues. Cruz, wild shot. And Torres looking for a teammate. Ebonia back up and running. He's A-OK. Ebonia to Comboy, and that is a new career high for Wendell Comboy. 21 points after that Jollibee 100% amazing move of the quarter.
6 points in the first half, 15 in the last 2 quarters for Wendell Comboy, laying out his final year
Basket count
as
for
FEU's
Alex
team
Jaquite.
captain. Jaquite, 21 points, 4 points in the last 2 times
Taking
down
foul,
the
the
floor.
number
But what
35,
about this
Panchuende. That's
extra
his
pass
fourth.
coming from Barkley Ebonia with 3
Number 30 coming in
assists
for Titus
at the end of the first 2 quarters for FEU. Big man can find an
Bonus free
open
throw for
teammate.
Alex Jaquite.
11-point lead for FEU. Ebonia likewise with a total of 5 points for Coach Alton Marcela.
Late violation. LJ Gonzalez coming in for Royce Alforque.
A world of difference.
Right.
And a career high for Wendell Comboy. Ebonia gets it in to Comboy. This backcourt of Gonzalez and Comboy, Coach Ronnie, could be very vital for FEU moving forward this season.
Don't forget Hubert Cani and Alforque. That is a loaded backcourt. That's why you saw earlier the perimeter scoring contribution coming from the Tamaraws.
Ray Bienes.
Dahil si Hubert Cani meron ding 7 puntos na ambag in that rotation. 3-point shooting has been key today for FEU. Extra passing likewise. Better control, more unselfish mindset for the Tamaraws today.
21 seconds
And you know
on
what,
the
Coach
shot clock.
Ronnie, last season, FEU was quietly the #1 team in terms of 3-point field goal percentage.
In makes, in takes, and in makes. Silang #1.
They're also #1 in perimeter points and bench points.
Right.
Although they had Arvin Tolentino come off the bench in 7 out of the 13 games that he played.
And they also have Denison last year in harness. And Parker, likewise.
Gonzalez gets it up ahead to Comboy. Comboy to Kenny. Ball will stay with the Tamaraos.
Jed Mendoza coming in for Nick Amando.
Jed Mendoza will
19 seconds on
return
the
for
shot clock.
UE.
After both teams scored nearly 30 points in the third quarter, and the score was pegged at 58-51. Here in the fourth quarter, UE 14 points. FEU 4 points better with 18 fourth quarter points.
Comboy
Wow.
adding
Irang
to his
Comboy,
career high
three.
performance today. 24 big points for Wendell Comboy.
It's raining threes for the team captain. 6 3-point baskets for Wendell Comboy. 18 of his 24 coming from the long court. 14-point lead for FEU late here in the payoff quarter.
Taking foul, the #4 Race Webster, his third personal.
At the beginning of the
Go on,
coverage,
you red
we
one.
asked, what is your more? For Wendell Comboy, it's more threes. 6 out of 9 from beyond the arc today.
And that will be 18 points in the final 2 quarters for Wendell Comboy. Far cry from that poor shooting performance versus the Fighting Maroons.
And check
Silipin nga
foul,
natin that he was
#4
only
Race
3 of
Webster.
16
That's his fourth.
versus
Three on
UP.
the red ones.
But not today. While LJ Gonzalez also with an excellent
40
showing.
seconds on the shot clock.
6 of 11 for 14 points after an 8-point game versus UP. Built around a 3 of 14 or a 21% shooting accuracy or shooting clip versus UP in 19 minutes.
Last 2 minutes.
And we have entered the PS Bank last 2 minutes. PS Bank pa-send via mobile. Ang padala mo, cash agad in minutes. LJ Gonzalez flirting with a triple-double.
Ball possession stays with the UE Red
So I
Warriors.
think that was clear.
14
LJ
seconds on
touched the
shot
ball
clock.
last. Mendoza on the drive. Jaquite tried to drop the hammer.
Not in my house, says Patrick Chuente.
And Chuente showing us why Jaquite was limited in the first half, Coach Ronnie.
Right. But exploded for 19 here in the final 2 quarters. But majority of those 19 points happened in the previous quarter.
Comboy, his best game in his UAAP career.
Offensive foul, the #35, Bachuaki.
That's the 5th personal foul on Chet Mendoza, who started this game at the point guard spot.
He also had the glimpses of brilliance for UE. But
coming in for Bachuaki.
Excuse me, it was Chuente who fouled out and not Jet Mendoza.
Jeff Cruz.
somehow yung absence ni Harvey Pagsanghan, nagka-problema rin dito sa rotation sa backcourt. We never saw Antiporda for UE today, while FEU had the luxury of rotating 4 men sa kanilang backcourt who produced a lot of points for them all throughout this contest.
Beltran giving it to Tolentino. Tolentino with a wild shot. It will be FEU basketball.
FEU's defense disallowing UE from jacking up another 20-point quarter. And you can really say that the re-entry of Patrick Chuente, and without him leaving the floor for good, made it difficult for UE to mount another 20-point quarter here in the fourth. They've been limited to only 14 points here in the final quarter while giving up 18 points for FEU.
Manalang on a wild step back. So FEU is on its way to picking up their first win here in our brand new season, Coach.
24 points better today compared to their 55-point total versus the Fighting Maroons. While let's take a look at UE. Definitely much better defensive effort than the 95 points they surrendered to UST.
From
But offensively, they are 17 points less compared to that 82-point output totaled against the Tigers.
UE wanted to work on their defense, giving up 81 points today against the FEU Tamaraos, who found the mark from the outside.
10 3-point baskets, or 11 even for the Tamaraos, and that's at least 33 of their 81 points.
And the way they charged out the gates at the start of this game and at the start of the fourth quarter, Coach Ronnie set the tone for Coach Olsen Racela and his team.
65 for the
FEU Tamaraos charging to victory today, winning against UE 81-65, their first win for season 82 of the UAAP. That is your final. So the University of the East now on a 11-game losing skid dating back to last season. Still looking for their first UAAP win since September 30, 2018. A win against the Tamaraos, but today, it is the day of FEU. They notched their first win.
This was just a 3-possession game at 58-51 heading into the fourth quarter. But a 10-0 run in 90 seconds got the job done for FEU. Took away the spirit of UE. And then LJ Gonzalez was the chief proponent of that impact plays that pushed them to their widest cushion versus the Red Warriors.
LJ Gonzalez, 23 minutes, 14 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, and 3 steals, Coach Ronnie.
He was deadly from the get-go, and he was lethal not just with his scoring race, but even with his playmaking. Defensively, he was solid together with Alforque, and he made sure that Wendell Comboy got his touches, Torres got open looks, and even Patrick Chuente with his inside scoring as well, created by LJ Gonzalez.
Dataland. This Dataland Residential's quality win was won, of course, by the Far Eastern University Tamaraos. And there is the young man, the sophomore that we've been talking about, our PS Bankable Player of the Game, PS Bank Home Loan. Isang araw lang, may bahay ka na. The former juniors champion and juniors finals MVP is now a super sophomore in the collegiate level with a career high 14 points to go along with 8 rebounds, 8 assists, and 3 steals. AXA, Know You Can Player of the Game is the other guy who scored a career high in terms of points, Wendelino Comboy III. 6 out of 9 from beyond the arc for a career best 24-point outing.
On target, all match long. Ino Comboy just making sure that today will be a different day for him in terms of shooting accuracy. He was called upon and he delivered time and again for Coach Olsen Racela.
So that will do it for us in the first game. The FEU Tamaraos victorious against UE, winning 81-65. And later on at 4 p.m., it is the rivalry between De La Salle University, who will play their first game of the season as they take on the defending champions, Ateneo de Manila University. On behalf of our director, Raul Del Campo, our executive producer, Ada Carlos Bayuga, our courtside reporter, Jaime Ascalon for UE, and my partner, Coach Ronnie Magsanok, and all of us from ABS-CBN Sports, I'm Anton Ross saying thank you all for watching. And stick around because we've got Ateneo versus La Salle at 4 p.m. right here on SNA. You're watching UAAP Season 82, All for More.